Hello, my name's Christopher with Big Bear Tech World, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a Unifi controller on Portainer. This makes it to where you can self-host your Unifi controller. It makes it to where you can set and form on your Unifi devices to this Unifi controller's IP address, and then you can adopt all your devices onto this one. And also you can use the cloud connectivity from Ubiquiti and all of that. So a little bit about this series is I'm going to go over smart home automation. So I'm going to go over installing software to getting stuff like home automations running, everything like that. So if you like that, subscribe, comment, like, and let's get started. So I'm going to go with the Linux server, the Docker container for Unifi controller. And it's been downloaded 100,000 times this month, so it's very popular. And also, it supports 8664 and ARM64 and does not support ARM HF. So, you'll use the latest tag to get the stable Unifi controller releases. And also, you will have to use set and form, and I'll have that down in the description in my Gist that I created. So we're going to use Docker Compose. I'm going to go over to Portainer and start this process. So I'm going to start on my Gist that I created, and I'll post it down in the description for you to get to it really easy. So I'm going to be using the Linux server Docker container. I'm going to be using Docker Compose 2.1. I'm going to create services. I'm going to have one service named Unifi Controller. I'm going to use the image from Linux server, Unifi controller, and I'm going to use the latest tag. Container name is going to be Unifi controller. I'm going to set some environment variables. So for the user ID, the group ID, and the time zone, this is going to be a time zone of your time zone. So you can go in here and get the list of time zones and put it here. And then memory limit. This is optional change, and it's the memory limit in megabytes for the Java. And then memory startup, this is the initial startup memory for the Java. This is in megabytes. Volumes, so I'm going to create a volume, and on the local side and on the container side, so you'll change this on the local side to be your path of where you want the config for Unifi controller to be. And then in the container, it's in config. This is all the unified data that's stored in the Unifi controller. And then now we're going to set ports. So 8443 is the Unifi web admin port. And then all the other ports are self-explanatory. Then restart. So unless stopped, that means that if the container crashes for any reason, it will try to restart, unless you intentionally try to stop it. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go to my Portainer and get installing it. So now I'm in my Portainer, and I'm going to start on home, and then I'm going to go to stacks right here. Then I'm going to go to add stack right here. And then you're going to name your stack a name. So I'm going to name it Unifi Stack. Then I'm going to paste what I just copied over in the Gist. And then I'm going to change the volume path to Unifi controller config. Or I'm going to do Unifi controller config. Okay, here we go. Okay, now that all looks good. So I'm going to deploy the stack down here. Then, okay, now you can go in your Unifi stack. You can see all the published ports that it published. And then you can go in the container. It looks to be running. So now you can look at the logs. And then now let's go over to the Unifi controller setup. So now you will go over to your browser. You'll go to your Portainer IP. Then you'll put 8443 on the end for the port. And then I'm going to just show you what HTTP will say. So if you try to go without HTTPS, you'll get this combination of host and port requires TLS. That means that it's using a self-signed certificate. So you need to go to your HTTPS and just bypass the certificate verification. So I'm going to add HTTPS on the end. So now it looks like it's working. So your connection is not private because it's a self-signed certificate. So now I'm going to do advanced and proceed. So now you're on the setup for Unifi Controller. You can name your network application. So you can go with the default name, or you can name it anything you want. Now we will set the terms of use. And then a next button is down on the bottom right. You can also restore from backup here. I'm going to press next down here. So this is where you will put in your Ubiquiti account. If you have a remote account, you can get one at unifi.ui.com. So I'm going to go to the switch advanced. I'm going to just create a local user for the video. So this is your remote and local access. So if you do have a Ubiquiti account, you'll be able to access remotely from your Ubiquiti account. So I'm going to turn off the remote access, and then I'm going to turn off the Ubiquiti account for local access. I'm going to name mine Big Bear. I'm going to put my password in, and then I'm going to put a email address in real quick. Okay, now I'm going to go down to the next button, and you can enable auto backup if you'd like. So now I'm on next. There's no devices found, so next. So you can set up your Wi-Fi setup. So you'll pick a SSID name, Wi-Fi name, and then you'll put your Wi-Fi password in, and then you can decide if you want to combine 2 gigahertz and 5 together, and makes it where it's one SSID instead of 2. So you can do that if you want to. So now I'm going to skip this part. And this is just your review configuration. So it does time zone, different things. So I'm going to press finish on the bottom right. And then now it'll configure it and start up the Unifi controller. So you have the UI up. And now you can go over to settings, system, and then if you go to administration, you can allow remote access. So this will to where you can put in your Ubiquiti account and get remote access, and you can sync the local admin to the Ubiquiti single sign-on, which is your Ubiquiti account. So now you can see the updates. So you can check for updates right here. There's no new updates, but you can check there. So now you can go to backups. So we have auto backup on, and you can reschedule the backups. You can do daily, weekly, monthly. So you can do daily at 12:30 a.m. and you can say 7 days back, 30 days, 60 days, or settings only. So now you can go down to support. You can get the network support files, and you can switch between new and legacy on the UI for this. You can get your SSH authentication. So once you connect a device to this, it will have this SSH authentication with it. So you can also set up a SSH key right here. So that's how to get Unifi controller set up and running on Portainer. So I just walked you through step by step on how to get Unifi controller working on Portainer. This makes it to where you can have it anywhere you want, to where you can host it locally on Portainer, and it works really good. So you can do backups, everything. You can put your Ubiquiti account on it. And so if you like my tutorials, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And also, if you need support, you can go down to the Big Bear community in the description and join that, and I'll be glad to help as much as possible. So stay tuned for more.